Hello all, this is the Gypsy Hermit. Welcome to my channel. When it comes to donating to my channel or looking me for a personal reading, see the description box below. Most likely I won't be available for any personal readings because I'm in graduate school and I'm getting a master's and a graduate certificate simultaneously, plus going through a lot, in my single parenthood. This is my favorite mug. I have some water. And I'm going to do a couple of readings, one for Pisces and one for Divine Feminine. But first I want to have a little talk, give some words of encouragement, because I know I'm going through too much right now, and you may be going through a lot too. And I know as Pisces, sometimes we can feel like we have the world on our shoulders. When we give to others, we give all of ourselves. We're selfless. But when we receive, or when people claim that they're giving to us, it's not, and I'm not saying I don't have people in my life that are generous to me. I do. I'm just talking about people that we take care of, whether it's our children, whether it's our parents, whether it's our friends, people that we actively, and right now I don't have friends that I'm taking care of, but in the past when I have, you would have thought they were my children. And so now I'm struggling as a single mother with my children, and whether it's a relationship and maybe he doesn't work, or he's not pulling his weight, or he doesn't appreciate you, whatever it is, you have the right to separate. I'm not saying abandon your children, but I am saying that you can be in the same home as someone and still separate and take care of yourself. And so I'm determined personally to figure out how to do that. Like, I'm determined to do that because it's not paying the way the things are going right now. My children are old enough to fend for themselves, especially within the home. And I'm the type of person, I believe in outside of the box type of thinking. And so my children are 14, almost 15, and 16 and a half. And in my mind, the traditional schooling is a time waster. And my oldest child is very bright. She's very committed and hardworking. And I pitched it to her, why don't we just, after this school year, get you enrolled in college? Why don't we just have you study for the GED? You already are probably far above, the requirements for it and what she studies. And we can still have you take the ACT while you're in this last semester, and the SAT, the ACT and the SAT, so you can get scholarships because she's a straight A student. But to waste a whole nother year of your life, it's not worth it. And I don't know that I have it. And then with my youngest, I would just prepare her to do the same thing at 16. But they're resistant. They're resistant to anything I propose. You know what I mean? That will give me some peace. That will give me some freedom. And so, I don't know. I am really, 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 and I'm really at a crossroads. I really am. It's like I had a false twin that I was involved with since 2018, and maybe just for about a year, really. And then he reached back out after 2 years of us not talking, and now we're not talking again. Because I'm not gonna spend. I'm 55. I'm not going to spend the rest of my life stressed out with some middle-aged man that wants to live like he's 18, and all the stress that comes with just toxic shit. As soon as me and him, I totally broke it off, my youngest daughter starts acting like in the same level of toxicity. And I'm just like, I don't, this is a test. I think God is really trying to say, are you going to put yourself first or not? That's really what it is. Are you going to choose yourself or not? And I'm saying to us Pisces, we can choose ourselves. We absolutely can. Now, does that mean you can't choose to be devoted and find a way? You can, but I have to think about what I want. I really do. I'm not about abandoning anyone, but I am about making a little bubble for myself. Something that, because look at this, bottom of the deck, time to go, and that just may be an effort of devotion, because like I said, my children can cook, clean, you know what I mean, get themselves to school and back. I'm at home doing my master's. I'm looking for work at home jobs, at least 2, because I want to increase my money flow and get me out of the town. This town is toxic. Yeah, it's a lot. So, Divine Feminine, yes, unconditional love exists within me. However, you can put out the light of love with abuse, with constant conflict. People can put out your light. They can. Just the burden of disrespect and stress is not just. And so I have to learn, because I'm so giving, I'm so compassionate, I have to learn how to shut it off, how to put up a boundary. I really do, and be consistent with it, and not just every so often I put up a boundary and I'm like not open to the shenanigans, but then the next day, right, out of some sense of, I don't know if it's like a weak kind of love, you know what I mean? I'm trying to figure it out. But there's some weakness to it. So I am going to figure it out. I'm going to pray. I'm going to fast. I'm going to continue with my schooling. I'm going to continue with my efforts to become a college instructor and continue with my writing and getting published. I have plans I'm going to pursue. If they bring shenanigans that hurts their life, what can I do at this point? I've raised you. It's like my father told me that at 12. They're almost 15 and 17. So no. It's time for some tough love. You have to, at a certain point, let your children have their own journey. And if they crash and burn, that's a hard lesson. And you pray. All you can do is pray. They don't crash and burn in a way that wrecks the whole rest of their life. But I could hold on and say, oh, I'll wait until they're 18 and then I'll live on my own. What if I die of a stroke before that? No. Stress kills. My back hurts right now. Stress kills. It's not worth it. It's not required. Can I say that? It's not required that you die for your children. It's not. And these days, these kids, some of these people are so rebellious and disrespectful, and they think everybody else will be better than the parent that they have. And no. I wish everybody well, but I'm not going to be the mother, that doting mother, that bends over backwards mother, that no, because it's harming me. And it's just like a dude. Listen, if we don't learn, the purpose of a toxic situation is not to teach you well, I have to be able to be in a toxic situation. That's crazy. So I wanted to homeschool them because they're in a school. There's always just toxic shit happening that says they need to be homeschooled, but they don't want to let it go. And then someone I know was saying to me, well, they have to learn how to, deal with that. They have to learn how to deal with toxicity to stay with it. That's the goal? Absolutely not. If I had had the choice, and I was a very discerning teenager, and actually a discerning child, if I had had the choice as a child to homeschool, I would have done it in a trice and been independent in it too. I would have done my entire education in it. I would have. I never allowed people to treat me just any old kind of way. I didn't take on, I didn't need to be friends with everybody or have some company or, no. Not if it came down to the quality of a thing. But it's like, what's the word? Conformity. Conformity to zero standard today is the culture of this country and the world. It is the culture. Conformity. Actually allow no standards for anything anymore. Matter of fact, God is the taboo thing. It's terrible. And it's scary. And it lets you know where we're headed. But I'm not going to be a part of it. I am not. I've already, no. So I just want to encourage anyone that is suffering like this, whether it's your mother, your parents, your extended family, friends, whoever it is, whatever it is that's burdening you, it's like undue burdens, undue stress. It's stress that you don't deserve. For anybody going through that, a husband, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, choose yourself. Choose God in yourself, especially if it's somebody that doesn't even believe in God. Like my false twin didn't believe in God. You know what I mean? Man, I'm telling you, this is that day in Scripture. This is that day in Scripture that we were told about. And to recognize it when you're in the moment is to save your own life. So I'm going to come back on and do a general energy check. But just looking at the cards here, see, it's a breaking dawn. This shit. Yeah, look at her. She's like, it's over. It's over. So, all right, I'll be right back. Peace.